session. So, without any delay, I would like to invite Mr. Sumit Kapoor sir for enlightening our next generation about cloud behavior. So, please.
everyone hear me? Sorry for the delay. Actually, there was some issue with my Mac. Like it can't be connected with the jack that the team had. So I'll be starting up now. The topic is introduction to cloud computing and deployment of application workload on cloud. Uh, so first of all, thanks a lot for inviting me here for speaking on this topic. So I've been working with a cloud company from last 2 years, and in this last 2 years, I have my share of learning, which I'll be sharing with you guys today. So first, what I am and what I am not. So I'm a full stack developer. So like you guys would be passing out in your final year and would be working with some companies. Either you would be working as a backend developer, front end developer, or a full stack developer. So I'm currently working as a full stack developer. I'm part of identity and access management at Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, which is right now the fourth largest cloud provider in the entire world. And in past, I've worked with companies like Make My Trip, Go Evo, Off Business, ShopClues, and particularly, I'm more hands-on JavaScript developer. Now, I've been mentoring also, with various tech institutions like Taylor Academy, might have heard of these names, Pesto Tech, Masai School, and Elma Better. What I am not is I'm not a cloud architect or a cloud expert. I develop software which are used by site reliability engineers DevOps people or SREs in large organizations. And neither am a DevOps guy. So that is pretty much about me, like what I do and what I don't do. So before so the agenda for today's session is we will talk about cloud computing, DevOps, CI/CD, and software delivery process. And I was planning to give a hands-on experience. We'll see if you are able to give the hands-on experience of deploying a Node.js application onto the Oracle Cloud. So what is a cloud? Some people might say that this is a cloud, but is this really a cloud? I'll answer that question. So it's a combination of data centers. You might have seen data centers. You might have heard of this word called data centers. Now, data centers is nothing but it's a combination of computers, right? So it's a combination of computers kept together, stashed together in a single place, where they are connected with a high frequency bandwidth internet, and they are available for doing an interface communication or a communication between two servers, so that they can interact with each other and share the data across each other. Now, this is an image which correctly describes what a data center is. I have seen a data center in a couple of organizations which were earlier on-prem based and later on changed to either AWS or OCI or Azure. So in simple words, let's take an example of, let's say, someone of you might want to start their own venture. They don't want to do a job. They don't want to sit in the campus placements, and they came up with the idea of building a food ordering system. So similar to like what Mark Zuckerberg did and you might have seen Social Network also, the movie, which basically talks about how he developed Facebook in his dorm room and basically started with Harvard.edu and then later on it became the Facebook. So, so he came up with the idea of creating his own startup where he wants his friends to do online ordering of food, like Swiggy, Zomato, and all these platforms. Now, when it comes to online ordering, right? So he came up with the idea. He knows coding. He knows certain languages like Node.js, React. He knows front end. He knows back end. So he thought, why not he utilize these skills and come up with something which basically builds this platform so that his friends can access this platform anytime, whenever they feel hungry, and they can order from this platform. Now, Ram, after using the latest tech stack, developed the first iteration of the online food ordering platform. Now he named it as a Foodie Bay, which was earlier the name of Zomato, but he named it as a Foodie Bay, and then he wants to go live with this code. He has written all the code. It is running on his local, which is 127.0.0.1, which is the loopback address also, which is running on the local. But now you can't access something which is running on his machine, right? You have to have a URL and proper path, routes, and everything to access the application. Now he's in a dilemma how to go live. That is why he's done things like this. So after struggling for a while, he has found the following options to host his application. Either first option is he can convert his application, he can convert his laptop into a server and then run the application code on top of it in order to make it 24/7 accessible by anyone. But which is a challenge, right? Um, like this is a question to all of you that you might have not run your machine for an entire day because it will heat up, right? Because if you run your machine for an entire day, it will obviously cause heating issues. So that is one problem. You have to have a certain environment, uh, certain needs for a server to be set up, right? Like if you go to a data center, you will see a lot of ACs and everything to keep the temperature down and keep maintain the temperature. So he can't do that. So first option is ruled out, already ruled out. Now comes the second option. Second option is do a on-premise setup. I'll explain what on-premise setup means, what, why is it not advantageous, and I'll talk all about that. So second option is he can buy some additional computers. Servers are nothing but it's a computer only, right? You hit the server, you get some response, and that response could be a JSON object. That response could be a HTML file. That response could be mm, some other kind of a response like HTML page also, right? So he can buy the additional computers and do the setup on his own and do the on-premise setup as well. Now, for doing this, he would require certain things like he would need to have a hardware knowledge. Because if something goes down with the hardware, since he's the sole founder, he would be fixing it on his own and then making it back. Now, there is a cost associated with it, right? If you're running a business, uh, if let's say you go and buy something from Amazon.com, right? If Amazon is down, you won't be able to buy, right? The business is down for that moment of time. Your revenues are down. So he this option also does not look to be feasible since he's a sole founder and he can't go ahead with this option as well. Now, as I mentioned, server is nothing but it's a combination. It is a computer only, right? Where you have certain GB of RAMs, where you have certain GB of secondary storage, where you have certain um, GPU needs, processing needs, and all those things, right? So that is about server. Like now, server can deliver you response in HTML form, JSON form. There's gRPC also, which is again the way of communicating from one machine to another machine. Some of these things might not make sense to you, but it will eventually make sense when you start working in the organization. So I've given an example that let's say you order from Uber Eats, which right now acquired by Zomato, then it will deliver to you, and a request is made and a response is received. Now this is how a typical HTTP request response cycle works. You make the request, client makes a request, and server responds back with a response. So that is how HTTP request response cycle works, and how you would be doing it. How you do it is you act as a client. You sitting on your machine or sitting on in front of your system, you are making a request to a server which is kept at a remote location. It could be either in India, it could be either in Europe, it could be either in somewhere else in any part of the world, right? And you send some request and you receive back the response from the server. That is how HTTP request response cycle works, right? Common interview question might be asked to you in your placement drive. So on-premise servers, I have worked with companies which had initially on-premise servers, but later on they also felt the need that they need to migrate from on-premise servers or on-premise infrastructure to the cloud world, like AWS, Azure, or OCI, or there are Alibaba Cloud also. There are other cloud vendors as well. So instead of having their machine set up, like instead of allocating one room in their office uh, to basically have to capacitate the servers, uh, it basically it's a physical room which you have provided for keeping your computers, right, which are running 24/7, and you are making sure that the temperature is maintained. That is an example of on-premise server, and so you have to manage as an individual or as a company. If you are a sole founder, you would be managing individually. If you are a company, you have to hire resources to manage them. Now, so he did a lot of due diligence uh, and realized that he can use on-premise servers where he can buy a few computers and convert them into a server in his dorm room. But wait, this is not the solution because this is not a hassle-free solution, right? Because let's say his idea got a lot of traction, right? he's getting a lot of users coming onto his platform. Now, if he's getting a lot of users coming onto his platform, there is a threshold, right, up to which the server can respond back, number of connections it can make, and all those things. It will eventually collapse, right? Because you might have seen Zomato going down or DDoS attack or all those things. You might have heard of it. Might not be knowing what it actually means, but what it actually means is that for a server, there are maximum number of connections it can make, right? Like let's say 1,000 connections in 1 minute, 1,000 requests in per minute. Now those 1,000 requests, if it goes beyond 1,000, now your server would not be in a capacity to serve those requests or return the response for those requests. So in that case, what happens is you would face a downtime. Certain users would face a downtime. What they will see is they will see an error of a service unavailable, right? So which again is a problem. For handling this problem, what Ram can do is Ram can either buy more machines, and since he's buying more machines, he has to manage those machines as well. So what he'll do is he now again he's facing the same issue. He's back to back to zero level from where he started. Now he's again facing the same problem because he has to buy more machines and basically maintain them and do all those things. So as a result, his customers will face downtime. They explain that if requests are coming more than 1,000 number or whatever threshold value it is, which it is capable of handling, the server is capable of handling. If it is going beyond that, your users will see a downtime, user will see a service unavailable error. So, which again as a business is a revenue loss, right? So after a lot of business loss, Ram stumbled upon cloud, right? Cloud word. Now the cloud word, what it signifies, it's not a cloud like what you see in sky. It's basically actually a collection of data centers, uh, which contains a lot of machines. And now those machines are running 24/7 and making sure that whenever, if it is at night, if it is at the morning, whenever the request is coming, they are able to serve it better, right? So he stumbled upon it and he purchased a free-tier Oracle Cloud account, which gives you certain free credits. I'm not promoting my company, but yeah, he could have purchased AWS or he could have purchased Azure also. So uh, he stumbled upon that and he purchased a free tier account of OCI. Now, what uh, before I give you the advantages of cloud, like what offerings do the cloud provider provide? I'm just trying to set up the context so that you guys have understanding of how cloud thing works. Now, certain disadvantages, as I was explaining you one by one, there were certain disadvantages of having an on-premise solution. Like it is extremely intensive. You go and buy one machine of computer, right? It will nowadays it will cost you around 40 to 50,000, right? Now having those set of machines, like 5, 6 machines, it would cost you around 2, 3 lakh rupees. Now to maintain them, you have to hire resources. Like there could be software issues, there could be hardware issues, there could be kernel level issues. You have to hire uh, people, resources based on the issues that you're encountering, right? Again, that is also you have to pay them salary also. You can't hire them without paying anything. So again, that is also a resource intensive task. Now, security, which is a very crucial aspect, right? Now, let's say you have an application where you are dealing with confidential data like credit card information, like if it's an online food ordering system, you would obviously be dealing with bank account, like credit card number, UPI PIN, and all those things, right? So if your application data, some ethical hacker or some not ethical hacker, some hacker tries to get access to your website or somehow he finds a loophole in your system, your data would be compromised, and this data is not your data; it's the data of your customers, right? Which is again a breach of trust. So security is also something which you have to manage by your own. There will be no one who will be doing that for you. Now, scalability. So there is a term called horizontal scaling and vertical scaling. Again, very discussed or asked question in the interviews. Almost not to the freshers, but yeah, as you gain experience, you would definitely be encountering this question like what is vertical scaling, what is horizontal scaling. Now, scaling again here also is a challenge, right? You always have to go back and buy more machines and then get them ready and then basically make them working. Again, scalability is also a challenge. Reliability, it won't be reliable because security is not there, scalability is not there, and capital intensive and other stuff, right? So this is our active cloud. Yeah. So as per Wikipedia, if you see the definition of cloud computing, is the on-demand availability of computer system resources, especially data storage and computing power, without direct active management by the user. User could be like sole founder or engineering, CTO, or these kind of people. So they don't have to do anything. They just buy the subscription and they pay as per their usage. Like let's say I use for 1 hour, I'll be paying $2, $3 or $4, $5, depending upon how much RAM or how much resources I've used. So, and it's geographically distributed also. The good thing about having using cloud or leveraging cloud for our needs is it has like let's say I am today doing business in India. Now I want to go into different territories as well. I want to go to Singapore. I want to go to Australia. I want to go to different regions. Now clouds are distributed, right? So every cloud provider, to be precise, if I give you the number of data centers of AWS, it would be more than 78. I think 76 or 78 regions are there of AWS in all over the globe. Similarly, OCI has around 40 to 43 regions all across the globe. Now, data center means your request of a customer, if the customer is sitting in India, his request would be traveling to the nearest data center. The nearest data center could be, for in case of OCI, it is Delhi and Mumbai and Hyderabad. And for AWS, it will also be Mumbai, Hyderabad, or maybe small data centers in Delhi or nearby regions, right? So your latency, which is the time in which you get the response back, would obviously be reduced because your request would be traveling less time. So again, that is also an advantage which cloud provides, that it is geographically distributed. All you have to do is with couple of clicks, you will be able to make sure that you will be able to enter into different geographies as well. So now every location could be a data center. Again, this I have covered. Yeah. So cloud, you have a cloud, and you have these apps like notebook, mobile, PC, servers, and the network, and everything is there. Everything is being encompassed in one thing. So that is the beauty of cloud, that you focus on the core business logic. Like if your problem statement is that you're trying to solve, like let's say logistic problem like Rivigo, or if you're trying to solve food delivery problem like Zomato or Swiggy, because most of you would be familiar with Swiggy and Zomato and might have ordered also using Swiggy and Zomato. So if you focus on your core problem statement, which is ordering food, and leave everything to the cloud provider. They'll do everything for you. They'll do every infrastructure level thing for you. Right? That is the beauty and idea of cloud. That is why most of the companies, even if they started before the cloud wave came into picture, most of the companies who were using on-premise right now are majorly using these cloud providers. So cost-wise, it's again, I mentioned that if you would be buying your server and doing things on your own, then server cost is again expensive. It would cost you around 2 3 lakh. But yeah, again, take an example of this thing, right? Flipkart does Big Billion Day. Amazon does this thing. Amazon also has a sale on Diwali and during other festivals also. Now, if Flipkart has to do their infrastructure setup, it would cost them a lot of millions of dollars, right? They have to do, because Flipkart scale is humongous, right? Because like it receives around million requests or what, I don't know the number, but they have a huge scale, right? So if they have to do the setup of cloud, they would be spending a lot of millions of dollars on doing that, right? Now they don't have to do the setup. They have to do is they have to leverage the cloud, and leveraging cloud will help them to get a better outcome of their big billion sale or whatever it is. And there is a concept of auto scaling also. Like whenever there is a spike in the traffic, the number of more instances would be created, and those instances would be responsible for handling the extra traffic that your platform is receiving. So scalability again is resolved. You have auto scaling to handle the sudden spike, and in case of Ram's Foodie Bay to handle sudden spike, he can also obviously use cloud to because of this auto scaling feature to handle the extra load. So extra load, uh, Kubernetes is a concept which basically uses these extra for handling the extra load. It creates more pod depending upon how you have configured it. Again, it has to do if again it is a topic of interest. If you decide or aspire to be a DevOps guy, or if you decide or aspire to be a cloud architect, or if you want to move into that industry. But if not, for me, I just know the basics of it because I'm a developer. I'm not a DevOps, or I'm not a SRE, or I'm not a cloud architect. I'm a developer, so for me, it's important that I know the basics of it. So for the basics that I'm also telling you the basics only, I'm not going into the deep of it because I would refrain from going doing so. So it creates pod. Pod means machines. Now machines could be in a single machine also, and those machines are self-reliant and self-sufficient to handle the extra load that is coming out of the application. Again, this image depicts the how the deployment and everything works. Again, here also it is horizontally done. So if you see one machine attached with another pod 1, pod 2, pod 3, and so on and so forth, right? So I mentioned about horizontal and vertical scaling. So this is called vertical scaling. Horizontal scaling because you're horizontally adding more machines one by one. Now vertical scaling is I have this problem. Let's say I have a MySQL database, and the data has gone from 200 GB to let's say 800 GB or 900 GB. Now the capacity of my database is to capacitate around 200 GB of data, but now it has gone to 800 GB. So what will happen over here would be that the extra data I won't be able to save that extra data in my database, right? So obviously I can do two things. Either I can do more. I do horizontal scaling, or I can add more. I can add more space or more secondary storage space to the single machine which is hosting my 200 GB of data, which is called vertical scaling. You add up more resources in the single machine, like increasing your RAM might have done it, or increasing your SSDs. So these things are called vertical scaling. You scale vertically, and horizontally you scale horizontally. So auto scaling is done by a Kubernetes pod. Again, Kubernetes is a very interesting topic. It depends which industry you want to move into. If you want to move into cloud architect, if you want to be a cloud architect, then Kubernetes is a thing which you should know. Security. Uh, see, um, my company, OCI, employs around 12,000 engineers. Now there are 12,000 engineers working, and in which out of those 12,000 engineers, there could be 2,000 working only on the security aspect of it. So earlier, when we were on premise, we can't hire 2,000 engineers. Company can't hire 2,000 engineers because you have to pay 2,000 people, right? So now with leveraging the cloud, you are getting the security aspect of it, which is very least talked about. So all the data, like Netflix uses AWS, Amazon also uses AWS only, and Facebook also uses AWS, and Indian companies like Geo use combination of different cloud providers. Now their data never leaked. You might have heard Unacademy data got leaked, Domino's data got leaked. That got leaked because of their own mistakes, but their data never get leaked because of the cloud. The reason is will never be a cloud because there are lots of people working on it and lots of top-notch engineers working on it, right? So you focus on, as I said, you focus on core business projects and uh, focus on scaling it and leave everything, security, scalability, and everything to the cloud. So reliability, in terms of reliability, we say all nine. You should have a 99.9999% reliability. Like your application uptime should be all nines. By all nines, I meant your application should be always available, never down. Right. So this is what this signifies. Now, what does cloud computing offers? So there are a couple of things again, it's also very important. I would ask you to pay slightly more attention to it. Uh, we have infrastructure as a service, which is you are providing infrastructure. You subscribe to a cloud provider, be it any AWS, OCI, Azure. Now you are taking the help of infrastructure which Oracle or which Amazon or which Microsoft has built. You are using that infrastructure to power your application. That is in simple terms, that is called to be as infrastructure as a service. Now, platform as a service is another thing which you might have used. A service provider offers a cloud environment, right, in which users can build and deliver applications like Lambda functions. If anyone is a developer over here or might have worked on web development, they might have heard of definitely have heard of Lambda function, right? Lambda function is an offering which AWS provides. Now that is a platform as a service. All you have to do is you have to go to that platform, you have to go to that Lambda functions, and you have to write the code onto that editor, and then everything would be your whatever code you wrote would be live and would can be accessed by anyone, right? So that is platform as a service. One example could be Lambda function. Similarly, other Azure also have their own Lambda functions, or they might have given some other name. OCI also have something similar to Lambda function. Software as a service is it basically delivers software and applications through internet. So lots of so there are lots of offerings, right? These companies are competing because there are billions of dollars involved. These companies are competing among each other. So they are increasing the offerings one by one. So SaaS is also an offering which they provide. Like they can provide models for building their machine learning, or like for image recognition, NLP, for language processing. All these things that they provide. All you have to do is you have to just do plug and play, and you will be able to use it in your application. Now, DevOps. See, nowadays to launch a business has become very easy. Like earlier, it used to be a very difficult thing. You have to take care of lots of things. But with in today's time, it's if you know coding, you can easily launch a website and basically make it live, and then focus on the core business area. Almost all these companies, right? All these digital companies that you have in your phone right now, Indian companies or companies based out of India, all of them are basically focusing on the core logic. Their developers don't write code for DevOps thing. Their developers don't write code for deployment stuff. Everything is being leveraged through these cloud providers, DevOps, and CI/CD, which I'll be talking about in the next slide. So they are focusing on the core business area, and what they are doing is that they are just following this vicious cycle where you code, then you build, then you test, and then you deploy. And this whole cycle repeats itself one by one, right? So idea is you focus on core business thing, you put your engineers bandwidth into focusing on the core business area, and then like if you are focusing on the core business area, obviously your business would grow, and leave rest to the clouds or these companies which are based on CI/CD or which are doing DevOps kind of stuff. So one anecdote. I was working with Goibibo previously. So we used to receive lots of bookings in hotels. We used to do 25,000 to 30,000 bookings in a day, room nights in a day. So over there, we were having only two DevOps engineers. So 25,000 bookings just from hotels. If I tell you about flights, in every flight that you have operating domestically, in a row, out of 6 seats, 3 seats are booked from Goibibo or Make My Trip or the same brand companies, right? So that is the kind of scale that these companies operate, but they are operating this with the help of two engineers only. There are two engineers employed for DevOps people because most of the work is being leveraged to the cloud, and as a developer also, you are taking care of lots of stuff on the development side. CI/CD. Uh, So CI/CD stands for continuous delivery and continuous integration. So it's practice of merging all developers working code to a shared, like CI/CD stands for continuous integration. You continuously integrate and continuously merge your changes and then deploy them. So it's a term like you write your code and then it gets tested, and then so there are a series of tests involved, like you write unit test cases, then you write integration test cases, and then you deploy them. So you are doing it pretty quickly, like in a week you are making sure you are sending 3 releases or 4 releases. So this is something which I'm telling you from my experience, what I have worked in companies, like how things are rolled out, how quickly things are rolled out. in a very short span of time. So CICT is again a very common term, and there are companies which are targeting this domain to become unicorn. Like there is a company called Harness which recently became a unicorn, and that it got unicorn status is because it's in a domain which is a very hotshot domain. CICT is a very common thing, and every company is using it. So companies doing DevOps as a services, Circle CI. Again, it's a Singapore-based company. Harness, US-based company, and with an Indian founder. And Jenkins is an open source tooling where you deploy your solution and then it goes through a series of validation, like you have integrate unit test and you integration test, and then you build it and then you deploy it. So demo. So I'll be giving a demo. Just need to check if we have figured out the math problem that you're facing. So yeah, sorry. So what we'll be doing now is I'll be creating a simple Node.js application where basically I would be returning a HTML template, which states a simple language, welcome to cloud deployment. And this piece of code, what I'll do is I'll create an instance on Oracle Cloud, and I'll check in into that instance, and then basically I won't be deploying it. I would be directly moving this code to that server. I'll be showing you the series of steps one by one. But the idea is that we create a Node.js application. You can try this out like whenever you get a free time, um, where you can deploy this Node.js application, a simple React application or a front-end application, whatever you want to create, and then deploy it onto the cloud account. So every cloud account right now, since I am a employee, so I do have a cloud account. But for you people, you have to have a credit card address, dummy address, credit card, sorry, and you can use that credit card to create your cloud account, whether it's AWS, Azure, or any cloud provider. You have to do that. So let me quickly go to so let me go to start from the beginning. So it's OCI first. Now sign into Oracle Cloud. Now here, if you are a new user, you have to sign up. Again, sign up it will require a lot of steps. Like it will ask you for information, like name, company name, and all this information. Are you an individual? Are you an corporate? Everything. I already have an account. I will be using that. So cloud account name, submit as support. Then I will be using this. So there are two ways to sign in. Again, it's a reason behind having to sign in. I would refrain from explaining you the reasons of having to sign in. So it's a free account. So that's why you are seeing this purple strip on the top. Now here, if you see, these are the offerings that this cloud provider provides. Like you can create a VM instance, you can create an instance. Instance is nothing but a machine. And create database, create ADW database, and store data in form of object storage, or set up a load balancer. Again, these terms would not be making much sense to the people over here. But yeah, let me just create an instance. I'll go to compute. From compute, I will go to instances. Now here, instance means I am configuring a computer, right? So there is one computer which I've already created, which stands for Node.js demo app. And right now, I would be creating one more instance, which would again be a machine, not a like physical machine. It would be a like a virtual machine that I would be creating. That virtual machine, I would be getting an SSH access also. Like I can directly do an SSH and go into that machine and basically perform certain operations and certain tasks on top of that machine. So I'll be clicking on create instance, and this is the default name. I'll change this to like JECRC demo, and this is picking up the current date and the current timestamp. So 1551 stands for 351. And this is the compartment. Compartment is again it's a term used by the cloud provider. Every cloud provider will have a different nomenclature that they will follow. For me, for our cloud provider, compartment is a logical grouping of resources. Having let's say logical grouping of resources, like in a company, there could be several lines of business. Like there's a company called Flipkart. Flipkart has right now moved into aviation also, like booking segment also, OTA also, via Clear Trip. So they want all their billing or like billing specific details or usage specific details to be handled by a different sort of compartment. So compartment is nothing but a logical grouping of resources where you can have a different billing, different usage, different everything monitored separately. So my compartment, since this is my personal account, so I have only one compartment, which is the root compartment. Now, placement is nothing but we can keep. So placement is nothing but which domain you want to pick. Every region. So there are regions as I specified. In India, there are two regions, Hyderabad and Mumbai. In every region, there are certain availability domains and there are certain fault domains. Generally, your code will be deployed on the availability domain, and then if there is a fault, it will be fallen back to the fault domains. So by default, we would be keeping the default configuration, and the image and shape Image and shape would be like, let's say you go to the market and you want to buy a laptop, right? You would ask what is the operating system, what is the RAM size, what is the secondary storage size, and all those things, right? So here it signifies that only. It signifies that image is of Oracle Linux. It's a Linux distribution, and shape is this, memory is this 1 GB, and network bandwidth is 0.48 Gbps gigabytes per second. Now I won't be editing it. I can show you like if I edit what kind of option I will be getting. So this is I am getting AMD processor. We do have AMD processor as well, where it have one core OCPU and 1 GB. So this is like you going to a shop and basically looking for alternatives for it. But now this shop is your cloud account where basically you can choose one server which you want to create. So compute would be generating a server for me. So I will keep the default option of Oracle Linux 8 and networking. This will create a VCN also. Now VCN stands for like in a cloud network. Now you want servers to be accessed within a range of. So there is a concept of subnet. You want uh, the servers to be accessed within a range of the system. Like if the IP address falls in this range, then only the request should be received. If it does not fall within this range, the request should be declined. You should return either 503 or some other error, right? So here also I'll be giving it as a default option, whatever the system has generated. Now here add SSH key. Now here I can generate a key pair for me. I can upload the public key files or I can paste the public keys. Now what are the public keys? So every system has you can generate a key pair. So there's a basic command like I already have my key pair generated. So what I'll do is just create one more instance. It's not the time. So I just log in to the class for SSH. Yeah. Let me just increase the font size. Yeah, मतलब include October into. Now if I do edit, so basically it's a pair of private key and public key. So we need to share our public key. We should be never be sharing our private key. Private key is basically shouldn't be shared. So what I do is I do a vim of ID and so RSA dot. So this is a private key. Sorry. Let me go back. This is a public key which I'll copy. Now this gives my machine access to that server without I if I don't provide that, if I do an SSH login, I have to enter my credentials, right? So where credentials would require like my username and password. Now if I provide the key that I've copied, if I copy this and paste it onto the dashboard, what will happen is whenever I am doing an SSH, I won't be prompted for username and password. So that is why we do this thing and uh, we do it with GitHub also. If someone has used GitHub over here, we do it at GitHub also where we paste our secret key, public key in the GitHub settings section. So I'll copy this and I'll click on paste public keys and paste it over here. And the rest of the settings will remain as it is. And I'll click on the create instance. So this will create my compute instance, which is again a machine it will create, and the name is JECRC demo. And this will basically give me the public IP address, private IP address, and the other information. Now, after this has been created, we just need to go into the VNC settings. Yeah, I've got my public IP address as 130.61.254.182. Every machine, every computer has an IP address, right? So if you do IP config, you'll be able to get a IP address of your machine. So this machine which got generated after creating the instance has also has an IP address of 130.61.254.182. Now VCN as I specified, now this machine I have to define who can talk to this machine, right? So with VCN is a place where I have to define who all machines can talk to this machine. So I'll go to the VCN, I'll open this setting, hamburger menu, and go to networking and virtual cloud network. So I have this one instance. Uh, so here I'll click on create submit and I'll click on the default security list. And here I'll add the ingress rule. So there are two things. One is ingress and egress. I know it might be slightly overwhelming for you because these are terms which are again related, not related to developer. If you're aspiring to be a developer, you won't be ever hearing ingress or egress. But if you want to move into the cloud or in this thing, there you would have ingress and egress. So ingress stands for all incoming traffic. Egress stands for all outgoing traffic, right? So here ingress may I'll be entering the source CIDR, which is basically the range default range I will be providing 0.0.0 and slash I think we can provide slash 0 and protocol would be TCP, right? And source port range, it's an optional thing. We can keep it as blank, and we need to define a port on which port this application that we are going to create will listen. So I'll define 3000, and description would be like HTTP request allowed, and I'll be adding this ingress rule. Yeah, this ingress rule has been added. Now what I'll do is I'll go to the compute instances and click on this running instance, and I'll copy the IP address, public IP address of this machine which got generated. And when I copy this IP address, I have to log in into this machine. Now I'll do SSH. What is the username? Username is OPT. Username is also given here. SSH minus, I don't have to provide any argument, OPT at the rate, this IP. Just copy over here. Just a second. I think this command is at work here. Right. Sorry, I think I created with the same name. Uh, just I think validated JECRC I created. Yeah. So the instance was created with the same name. And can not acceptable. um, I think there is some issue with the configuration that we have done. So let's figure it out. We can edit this also. So advanced options, basement requirements. um, general secretary, uh, public leader, public secretary, regard job reference, and so forth. Things of this. Okay. So I'll treat one more instance. I think there is some issue with the creation of anything. So your screen can tell you how you can do it. Now I'll upload a public. I think I last time I pasted it. It pasted it didn't work out. So this is the file where I stored my ID and the I will upload this and create a start. Not creating anything. This is easier. Okay. I will have to delete certain terminal. Terminating it is terminating. Deleted. Okay. Now it is done again. Here. 8 has been created. Now this has been created. Now we'll see to generate the DNT. We'll wait for a couple of seconds and it will generate the DNT configuration and everything. Yeah, it has generated it. Now networking. Click on Mathur Cloud Networks. This is the one. 1141. Oh, that's okay. So these are the user fees. So these are the user fees. 7%. Okay. This is the public ID. Not sure why this is done. And, yeah, yeah, that's what I, yeah, well, I want them to figure out, but it will take time to troubleshoot there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I think the morning is working, and like basically, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, what is happening now is basically I'm continuously getting a session timed out error, like operation timed out, where what I'm doing is I'm trying to do an SSH where hyphen I stands for that I have to give the path of the private key. This is the path of my private key, and this is OPC is the username, and 1.128.2.173.90 is the IP address that we have, right? So when I'm trying to connect, when I'm trying to speak to this machine, which is 138.2.173, there I'm getting operation timed out error every time. So that is why it is not being able to connect. But the overall goal was like to log in into this session since our instance was created, and we have entered the ingress rule that we are right now allowing all the users to access this um, IP that we access this instance that we have generated from any IP address. That is why we have kept this source as 0.0.0/0, and it will be listing on port 3000 over here. Like here also there is some because I have terminated this instance. So it will be listening at port 3000 and all TCP, and it would be a TCP mode of communication that it would be doing, right? So that is what I was trying to do. If I would have logged in into the system, I would have created a Node.js application where I would be returning some sample plain H1 tag where it would be returning some hello world or something. So that was the idea behind the demo. And now I'm open to any questions or anything that you have or you may want to ask or want me to cover anything in the room. Mhm. Anyone, if anyone has any questions related to fields like cloud or anything in general related to software development, they can uh, come forward and ask.
It was a wonderful session, sir. I'm sure that the audience enjoyed the session and learned more about new technology. Now, I would like to call Riya Sharma, event manager of JCS, upon the stage to present a memento to Sumit Kapoor sir as a sense of gratitude. Thanks, Riya, for coming up. Once a great man whispered, feeling thankful and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. Today, I take the opportunity to put all this gratitude into words. On behalf of our complete JCS family, I would like to thank Mr. Sumit Kapoor sir for taking his precious time out and consenting to take this session. I pass my warm thanks to all the audience for their significant presence in this session. I'm assured that you have also learned a lot from this session. Your presence and participation made this event up to the mark. And again, a big shout out to our platinum sponsor Tandem, co-powered by Cloudworks and Salesforce, Architect Group Jaipur, associate sponsor being Department of Science and Technology Rajasthan and Geeks for Geeks. Thanks to all of you.
Hello guys, we are back and we have solved all the technical issues. But there is a change now. We have changed the platform for the quiz, and now the quiz will be conducted with Google Form, so it is easier for everybody. बड़े बड़े तमिल में ऐसी छोटी छोटी बातें तो होती रहती है. So now that Google has come to our rescue, we will be starting our quiz. First check कि internet सही है कि नहीं है. अरे चल रहा है मेरा चल रहा है. वाईफाई नहीं है देता है. हाँ मोबाइल देता है. चेक करो. Take out your mobile phones. I'll be I'll be putting on the QR and the bit.ly link. So ready रहना. You'll be having around 7 minutes to complete the quiz. ठीक है? Shall we have the QR code on the projector?
मेमोरीज बना रहे हैं। शायद ये इवेंट हमें कुछ ना कुछ तो सिखा के गया। हो सकता है कि सिर्फ नॉलेज, हो सकता है दोस्ती, हो सकता है लिंक्डइन पे अकाउंट्स, हो सकता है इंस्टाग्राम फोटोज। द टीम, मुझे मेरा कंफर्मेशन मेल नहीं मिला था। स्टिल द टीम कॉन्टैक्टेड कि दिवांश, आई आई होप सो कि आपका कंफर्मेशन नहीं आया है। तो they I called them, they said, I said भैया please confirm, I really desperately want to attend this event। इतने टाइम बाद they confirmed it, and then finally I just got here। Thank you।
तो थैंक यू सो मच। तो नेक्स्ट कौन आने वाला था? ओके, कम ऑन अमन यार गाइस। वो
Hello everyone, I am Aman from Northern India in engineering college from IP University Delhi and बहुत अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस था इस क्लाउड समिट में और आके बहुत लोगों से मिलने का मौका मिला। एक्चुअली क्लाउड समिट तो बहुत होते हैं, मतलब समिट बहुत होते हैं, लेकिन इस क्लाउड समिट में आके कुछ ऐसे लोगों से मिलने का मौका मिला जो वाकई में अपनी लाइफ में बहुत अच्छी चीज़ें कर रहे हैं। और बेसिकली बेसिकली नेटवर्किंग इस क्लाउड समिट का मुझे लगता है बहुत मेन मोटिव था। और काफ़ी लोगों से मिलके पता चला कि जो हम कर रहे हैं वो तो है, लेकिन और भी बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं जो हमें एक्सप्लोर करनी भी चाहिए और मतलब जाननी चाहिए। और बहुत अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस लगा। और फर्स्ट टाइम मैंने ऐसा कोई मतलब समिट देखा जो कि स्टूडेंट ड्रिवन है, और कुछ नहीं, बहुत अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस रहा और बहुत ही अच्छे से आप लोगों ने मैनेज किया। मैं कुछ आगे को बहुत कॉन्ग्रेचुलेट करता हूँ कि उन्होंने इतना अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस बहुत ही स्मूथ फंक्शनिंग के साथ चलाया। और थैंक यू सो मच फॉर बीइंग इनवाइटिंग अस फॉर दिस समिट। थैंक यू।
So big round of applause for Aman. Thank you so much, Aman.
थैंक यू सो मच अमन। एनीबडी एल्स? ओके, कम ऑन। Like not more than 2 minutes, guys. Huh? We have to pack up.
Hello everyone, my name is Arvind Guljar. I am from VIT College, Jaipur. So it's my first cloud event and यहाँ पे आने के बाद एक्चुअली जो सबसे ज़्यादा चीज़ें सीखी है कि हमने खुद को एक्सप्लोर किया है यहाँ पे। मीन्स पर्सनल ब्रांडिंग, नेटवर्क, क्लाउड तो मैं 3-4 क्लाउड मीटिंग्स में गया हूँ, बट दिस इज वन ऑफ द बेस्ट। हम यहाँ पे आके हम यहाँ के नॉट ओनली द इंडस्ट्रियल एक्सपीरियंस सीखे, बट जिन कुछ आगे भी आए, इन्होंने बहुत कुछ चीज़ें सिखाई हैं कि लाइफ में इन्होंने कि जैसे हम एज ए स्टूडेंट इतना कुछ नहीं कर पाए जितना कुछ इन्होंने पढ़ रखा है अभी तक। और जो मानव भैया हैं, they taught me much more things that I have learned in many other things। और बहुत ज़्यादा पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस यहाँ देखने को मिला है, जैसे कि सर है, पीयूष सर है, और भी मेंटोर्स अभिजीत सर हैं। उन्होंने हमें बियॉन्ड हमारी बुकिश जो भी हमारी थ्योरीज है उनसे बियॉन्ड सिखाया है इस सब चीज़ को। तो मैं कुछ आगे भैया और इनको थैंक यू करता हूँ कि इन्होंने इतना बड़ा इवेंट ऑर्गेनाइज किया है और हमें एक मौका दिया है कि हम सबसे मिल पाए। थैंक यू।
You want to come? Come on, yaar.
तो ब्लॉकचेन वालों के लिए ताली हो जाए यार ये।
Now we have Karan with us.
Hello guys, I'm from New Delhi. So I'm an ethical hacker, or you can say I'm from cyber security। हम लोगों को इस इवेंट के बारे में पता चला, मेरे को एक्चुअली गौतम ने बताया था। मिलना है कि गिग्स फॉर गिग्स के सर आएंगे ही आएंगे आएंगे आएंगे। तो एक तो वहाँ मेरे को बहुत ज़्यादा बुरा लगा कि सर आ नहीं पाए, और दूसरा मेरे को अंचित सर ने बहुत ज़्यादा इंस्पायर किया। मैं ये नहीं कहूँगा कि नॉलेज की वजह से, पर एक चीज़ जो उनकी मेरे को बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छी लगी कि वो हर क्वेश्चन को जो आंसर जिस वे में किया ना, उनका पर्सपेक्टिव हर बार अलग था। कि जैसे उस बंदे ने पूछा था कि बहुत ज़्यादा हीट जनरेट होती है जब आप क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग करते हो, तो उन्होंने उन्होंने उस चीज़ को वे ही बदल दिया कि ये चीज़ हमारा फायदा है, ये हमारा नुकसान नहीं है। तो मैं कहा हाँ, इसी वजह से वो इंसान आज गूगल में है। तो वो चीज़ बहुत ज़्यादा एक मेरे को अच्छी लगी। तो अगर आना वेस्ट नहीं हुआ, बहुत ज़्यादा नॉलेज मिली, और बेसिकली ये पता चला कि किस किस तरीके के लोग किस किस लेवल पे पहुंचे हुए हैं। हमारे 1 करोड़ वाले भाई साहब से भी बहुत ज़्यादा इंस्पिरेशन मिली कि हाँ भाई, यहाँ तक जाना है ज़िंदगी में। तो ये सब था इवेंट के बारे में। बाकी बहुत अच्छा इवेंट था, कोई दिक्कत नहीं थी। कुशागर भैया को सबसे ज़्यादा धन्यवाद ऐसा इवेंट लॉन्च करने के लिए, और आगे भी तो मेल कर देना। थैंक यू गाइस।
ओके, अभी तक तो कोई भी नहीं था यार शेयर करने के लिए, अब इतने सारे हो गए हैं। अभी भी कोई बाकी है किसी को फीलिंग शेयर करनी है, फीडबैक एंड ऑल?
So Madhav was in boom from day one. Madhav, are you here? Do you want to come on the stage?
या श्योर। ओके, लेट्स गिव अ बिग राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज फॉर माधव यार गाइस।
यार तुमने नाम बदल दिया यार उसका, मानव ही नाम है उसका।
लाइक आई सेड यस्टरडे ऑल्सो, नाम में क्या रखा, पर्सनैलिटी थोड़ी ना चेंज होती है। तो कोई बात नहीं, माधव अगर इसने याद करा दिया कोई बात नहीं, आई एम टेलिंग इट्स मानव। ठीक है, सबसे पहले तो अपॉर्चुनिटी मेरे को इस तरीके से पता चली, वही रैंडम स्टफ लिंक्डइन एक्सप्लोर कर रहे थे, पोस्ट देख रहे थे, कोई गूगल में सिलेक्ट हो गया, कोई माइक्रोसॉफ्ट में सिलेक्ट हो गया, ऐसे रैंडमली पोस्ट चल रही थी। तो एक बार बस मेरे को व्हाट्सएप पे नोटिफिकेशन आई, लाइक वी हैव सम अपॉर्चुनिटीज ग्रुप ऑन व्हाट्सएप। उसका मैसेज आया था, आई डोंट रिमेम्बर द नेम, कि JCRC क्लाउड समिट हो रही है, एंड इट वाज द कैंपस एम्बेसडर पोस्ट। तो आई लाइक रेड द होल आइटनरी। थोड़ा सा फीलिंग लगा कि यार दिल्ली के अंदर इतने सारे इवेंट अटेंड कर लिए, लेट्स एक्सप्लोर सम अदर स्टेट। अप्लाई करा, गॉट द मेल, मतलब कि आपका इंटरव्यू शेड्यूल्ड है। कुशाग्र, हर्षित एंड आई थिंक द होल कोर टीम टुक माय इंटरव्यू। दे वर आल्सो लाइक इजीली, बहुत स्मूथली प्रोसेस चला गया, एंड आई वाज सिलेक्टेड। देन यहाँ पे जब आए, इवेंट वाज लाइक वेरी स्मूथली। मतलब मैं ये नहीं कहूँगा कि फ्लॉज नहीं थे, मैं आई एम वेरी ऑनेस्ट, फ्लॉज होते हैं। फर्स्ट टाइम अगर आप कोई भी चीज़ ऑर्गेनाइज करते हो, कहीं ना कहीं फ्लॉज निकलते हैं, लेकिन इट्स ऑल अबाउट लर्निंग। अगर आप लर्न करके चीज़ें आगे इंप्रूव करोगे तो देयर इज नो हार्म। मेरे को पर्सनली बहुत अच्छा लगा क्लाउड समिट, जो भी स्पीकर्स आए थे उन्होंने अपना काफ़ी एक्सपीरियंस शेयर किया। आज तो इनिशियली सबसे पहले रिगार्डिंग द प्लेसमेंट जो गाइडेंस मिली वो भी बहुत अच्छी है, अच्छी लगी काफ़ी। दैट्स इट, मेरे को बस ज़्यादा कुछ कहना नहीं। बाकी अगर फर्स्ट डे पे भी एक चीज़, किसी को कनेक्ट करना हो, यू कैन डेफिनेटली चेक आउट माई लिंक्डइन एंड ट्विटर एंड रीच आउट टू मी। थैंक यू सो मच।
थैंक यू सो मच माधव। मानव, ओके। ओके, एनीबडी एल्स? डन? Okay, cool. So like now we'll be starting with our closing ceremony, guys. So every journey has its end and every path does stop somewhere. And now we have come to the end of that journey. However, this only marks the end of this year's JECRC Cloud Summit 22, but not the knowledge and skills developed and honed during this journey. Good evening, everyone. I am Vaishnavi Vaishnav, co-organizer at JCRC Cloud Summit 22. It is a pleasure to welcome you all to the closing ceremony of JCS 2022. Before we begin, we would like to extend a heartfelt thanks to everyone for being the part of this event. We would like to express our gratitude towards our guest speakers for taking out time from their busy schedule to grace us with their presence and make this year's JCS a massive success. The best ending resonate because they echo a moment from earlier in the story, and the audience is prompted to think back to that reference and speculate on a deeper meaning. Since we are now at the culmination of this event, we can now look back and reflect on the memories that we will reminisce about for years to come. The journey that brought us here to making of offline JCS was not a smooth sail, but a roller coaster, and this was just trying to convey the surge of emotions and the hard work behind making the unattainable possible. JCS is not just an event, it's a plethora of memories and experiences everyone from pan India level looks forward to, be it a student in the organizing committee to the participants and simply ones enjoying it from the stands. There is some parts of JCS which get etched in the hearts of everyone who is part of it. It is synonymous to order and grandeur, bedecked with hard work, effort, talent, and countless happy memories. On behalf of Team JCS, we would like to thank Ms. Mugdha Sinha, Mr. Vikram Sharma, Mr. Sandeep Jain, Mr. Ravish Jain, Mr. Samuel Ramko, Mr. Piyush Saxena sir, Mr. Nitin Agarwal sir, Mr. Avijit Prasad, Mr. Ishan Hemrajani, Mr. Atul Sharma, Mr. Sumit Kumar, Mr. Alan Grimson, and Mr. Naveen Vaishnav for your dedication and skill when it came to presenting the sessions and workshop at our event JCS. Thank you so much, sir. Without your generosity, knowledge, and patience, this event would not have gone as smoothly as it did. Thank you for volunteering your services, especially during such precarious times. From the very beginning to the very end, your tact and skills were well noted with the attendees, sir. Overall, the participants and onlookers thought you were fair with your final decisions, and we were particularly struck by your attentiveness and level of detail. Now, I look forward for the presence of a respected Miss Vijita Kumawat ma'am to come on the dais to enlighten us with your thoughts. Ma'am, please.
So, a small favor I'd like to ask Sanjay sir to come on to the dais first and interact with the audience and give present a vote of thanks. Please, sir. Give a big round of applause for Sanjay sir.
Good evening, everyone. A big good evening, please. Good evening. Respected, most respected JECRC Foundation, Director of JECRC Foundation, Principal JECRC Foundation, University, and respected future Professor Vijay Singh Rathod, sir. Professor Vijay Singh Rathod, sir. Students team Kushagra, Aditya, Vaishnavi, Riya, and all the team members. Probably Ishan also available here. So students team and participants from the country. I just want to say a single line for you. But before I say this line for you all, I want a clap from your side, a big clap. और ये सिंगल लाइन दैट इज आपके आने से बड़ी रौनक रियली this is honor of the JECRC. This is a great moment for JECRC University and College that you all guys are here. Really, the faculty members and staff members of the JECRC group are very much pleased with the presence of you all. I just want to say here the journey of technology and advancement is continuing. I just, you also know that in 1965, Murrelo comes in the scene that after a year or couple of the years, the transistor in the semiconductor and the chip will be double. So, अगर हम if you count after 65, 1965, then 2022, what will be the size of the chip? What is the size number of the transistors in the chip? So, the rule says after every couple years, 2 years, the size of hard disk and size of processor, means processor, get doubled. So, what will be happen between 65 to 22? So this is the requirement of cloud computing. Now, this is not possible. Right now, it is not possible that we can develop such kind of infrastructure and storage facility for us particularly and personally. So, accumulating all kind of application software, infrastructure, software and other facilities, we require cloud here. And definitely the outcome we just see here, that is cloud computing comes in the market. And now each and everything in 2020 is just shifted on the cloud. Personally, I want to say about this organization, this summit, students team, you did a commendable job. Commendable job. As a head of department of computer science and engineering, I feel proud कि हमारे दोनों कैंपस में इतनी एनर्जी without help of any faculty members they you are doing commitment कमाल की चीज आपने कर दी और मैं यहाँ पे जस्ट आई वांट टू से हियर कि फर्स्ट डे वेरी फर्स्ट डे कुछ बच्चों को मैंने डांट दिया वेरी फर्स्ट डे स्टूडेंट बट उसके बाद भी मैं कहूँगा जस्ट अगेन वो जरूरत थी पर वो डांट नहीं होती है वो ब्लेसिंग्स होती है वो आशीर्वाद होता है आपके लिए और डांट उन्हीं को पड़ती है जिनमें कैपेसिटी होती है डांट खाने के लिए भी पात्र बनना पड़ता है जो स्टूडेंट टीचर की डांट खाने का पात्र होता है वो बेस्ट स्टूडेंट होता है एंड आई एम थैंकफुल मैं उन सभी बेस्ट स्टूडेंट्स को कॉन्ग्रेचुलेट करता हूँ कि आप लोगों के एफर्ट से ये समिट आज सक्सेसफुल हुआ थैंक यू एवरीवन
Thank you so much, sir. Now I'm glad to invite Ms. Vijita Kumawat to please come on the stage and share your thoughts with us.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you, Vaishnavi, to invite me to deliver the vote of thanks for this 3 days event Cloud Summit 22. I, Dr. Vijeta Kumawat, on behalf of JECRC Foundation and the entire fraternity of the institution, first of all, extend my most sincere thanks to the Almighty God for making today's event a resounding success. With His blessing and grace, we are able to make this event what it was. Now I would like to thank our Honorable Director Sir, Sri Arpit Agarwal Sir, and Sri Dhimant Agarwal Sir for his continuous guidance and support for this event. We are super grateful and happy to have you. I would like to hearty vote of thanks to our respected Principal Sir, Professor Dr. V.K. Chandnaji and Professor Dr. Vijay Singh Rathod Sir and Dr. Sanjay God Sir for your guidance and support to organize this event Cloud Summit successfully. A big thanks to our chief guest, Ms. Mugdha Sinha ma'am, IAS Secretary, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, Mr. Vikram Sharma sir. We all are blessed to have you made this simple event into amazing event. Really grateful for your presence. Now I would like to thank our guest of honor, Mr. Sandeep Jain sir, founder and CEO of Geek for Geek, Mr. Tamal Sharko, co-founder of Tentum, and Mr. Ravish Jain sir, country manager in Tentum. We want to express our gratitude for making the event more special by your presence. A big thanks to our speakers who were the perfect combination of content and experience that really ignite our hearts with their mind and skills. Thank you so much to Mr. Nitin Agarwal, Head of Cloud AI Industry Solutions, Mr. Anchit Nishant, Cloud Architect at Google Cloud, Mr. Ritesh Nehate, Cloud Cross Function Service Lead, TCS, Mr. Abhijit Prasad Sir, Cloud Consultant, Microsoft,
Mr. Sumit Kapoor, SD Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, Mr. Alan Green Pranav, founder and CEO Eco 3D, Ishan Hemrajani, SD Amazon, Mr. Atul Sharma, upcoming SWE intern Mercury, Mr. Naveen Vaishnav, Salesforce developer. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Centum, co-powered by Cloudwax and Trailblazer Community Group, DST and Geek for Geek. Ticketing partner, Cough Hub, streaming partner, StreamYard, media partner, Photograph Free. A huge round of applause for our sponsors for this event. At last, I would like to thank our team who worked so hard for making this event successful. I would like to thank Kushagra and Aditya, Prakhar, Riya, Apur, Vaishnavi, Harshit, Praful, Abhigya, Dev, Mitali, Dipesh, and whole student team of Cloud Summit. A huge round of applause for this team. I want to thanks to our technical team, Govinder sir, Abhay sir, Roy sir. Obviously, without your support, this event will not run successfully. So I want to thank everyone for making this JECRC Cloud Summit memorable one. I hope you have good times at the event. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, for the vote of thanks, I would like to invite Aditya Shekhawat and Kushagra Gupta, the driving force behind JCS. The stage is all yours, guys.
So, a very good evening to all the students and faculty members present here. So, I would like to thank first of all our Chief Coordinator, Mr. Arpit Agarwal sir, Deeman sir, and all the faculty members who were involved in the process, who held our hand and made this summit a successful event. And I'd like to thank Ms. Vijeta ma'am, Mr. Sanjay sir, who had contributed a lot, who had shown us the path so that we can overcome all the hurdles which came along our way in these past 3 days. And I'd like to thank all the attendees who came here from far distances, from every state, from every part of the country. So thanks a lot, guys, to join us to attend our summit. I hope you got a great knowledge. I hope you got great connection. I hope you got a great opportunity and all the best for your future as well. And I'd like to thank our team who had contributed every minute of their day from the past 2 months, who had worked so hard so that we can conduct this summit successfully. So a huge round of applause for our team who had managed to conduct the summit successfully. So, Kushagra, if you want to say a few words.
Hello. तो सबसे पहले तो those guys who are behind the stage for me entire 3 days, please come and sit in front. Everyone from the backstage. I'd like to close this event in a very different manner. I mean, I don't know, but I want to express myself here because these 3 days were not easy for us. We know that how much we struggled, how much effort we have put it into it in just executing this thing this much smoothly with the efforts of maybe we are 100 students, but the efforts here were of 1,000 students. So to everyone in the audience who is sitting, to everyone who was with me in these days,
to everyone who was there for me, who was there for Aditya. Hats off to you guys. Thank you for being with us and making this summit a very successful one. Thank you so much, guys. And I mean, एक family बन चुकी है यार. Yes or no? Yes or no? I mean, I'm just controlling myself, but I definitely want to cry here today. Thank you, Vijita ma'am. Thank you so much. जितना support ma'am ने किया है ना, I haven't seen in my entire life किसी teacher को एक माँ की तरह इतना प्यार देते हुए इवेंट में. और इंसान जो पोडियम पे माइक लेके खड़ा है ना, ये भले ही कुछ बोलता ना हो, ये भले ही कम बोलता हो, लेकिन इसे बोलना ना आता हो, लेकिन जो काम इसने मेरे साथ किया है ना, जितना साथ रिया वैष्णवी ने दिया है ना, आओ ना यार एक बार. आई मीन रिया के बिना है ना, वैष्णवी के बिना मैं और आदित्य कुछ नहीं है. मेरी कंटेंट टीम, मेरी वीडियो प्रोडक्शन टीम, मेरे प्यारे तो एग्जीक्यूटिव प्रोड्यूसर्स हर्षित अबेके, कहाँ हो यार? प्लीज गाइस, प्लीज कम ऑन टू द स्टेज. एक बंदा जो ऑडियंस में बैठ के सबसे ज्यादा शाउट आउट कर रहा है ना, इसने रिजिग्नेशन दे दिया था. ये वो इंसान है. एंड द मोस्ट साइलेंट वन, जिसने बिना कुछ बोले पूरे इवेंट ऐसे निकाल दिया कि हमें जरूरत नहीं पड़ी इधर लगने के लिए. अब बिग हैंड फॉर दी पेश एंड टीम. थैंक यू एवरीवन. दिल से. I know this is not official, this is not formal, but why should everything be official, right? When you know to express yourself, क्या फायदा था अगर मैं ये फॉर्मली स्पीच इधर ही खत्म करके चला जाता. एंड यू मतलब मैंने तुम लोगों को बहुत डांटा है, मैंने बहुत चिल्लाया है, और शायद मैंने क्या कुछ नहीं बोल दिया है, बट दैट वाज इम्पोर्टेंट टू एग्जीक्यूट दिस इवेंट. बट टुडे ऑफिशियली मैं तुम लोगों से अपोलोजाइज कर रहा हूँ सब चीजों के लिए. आई एम नॉट अ बैड पर्सन. But to make this thing reach this level, I had to be, Aditya had to be, everyone in the team had to be. So thank you guys for cooperating. Thank you for understanding the emotions. And fantastic guys. I love you all. Thank you so much for being a part. And to the team photograph freaks, एक shout out हो जाए यार. लास्ट मोमेंट पे जिस तरीके से इन्होंने संभाला है, जिस तरीके से इन्होंने काम किया है हमारे साथ कोलैबोरेशन, आई मीन फैंटास्टिक गाइस. थैंक यू सो मच. एंड एक ऐसा इंसान जो शायद दूसरे इंस्टीट्यूशन से है, बट आज इस स्टेज से निकलने के बाद मैं उसको अपने भाई से पढ़ के मारूंगा. प्रफुल के लिए एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए यार. He was there with me till 12 o'clock. He was there with me till 1 a.m. till 2 a.m. कि भाई तू कर, मैं तेरे साथ हूँ. I mean, this is the family जो बनी है. And I'm really emotional today कि यार ये सब चीज कब खत्म हो जाएगी. लेकिन हम नहीं होने देंगे.
All wants कि हम सेकंड सेशन के साथ भी आए, सेकंड सीजन के साथ भी आए.
So thank you guys. Here I end my speech. Thank you for being a lovely audience. बिल्कुल सर.
तो आई एम प्रोफेसर विजय सिंह राठौर एंड मुझे कुछ बोलना नहीं था आपके बीच में, लेकिन जब मैं टीम को देखा तो देख के थोड़ा सा जोश आ गया. I was told this event was managed, planned, organized, and participated by the students only. So we are so proud of you all. क्योंकि हमेशा क्या होता है जब भी कोई इवेंट ऐसा होता है कॉलेज के अंदर तो दे कम टू अस, प्रोफेसर्स के पास में आते हैं, टीचर्स के पास में आते हैं कि सर आप बताइए कैसे करना है, क्या करना है. फिर हम लोग देते हैं रेफरेंस की ठीक है वहां से उनको बुला लो, टीसीएस से वो आ जाएंगे, इन्फोसिस से वो आ जाएंगे, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट से वो आ जाएंगे. एंड बिकॉज ऑफ आवर रेफरेंसेज ओनली दिस टाइप की इवेंट जो होती है वो नॉर्मली हो पाती है. बट दिस टाइम everything was done with the help of the cloud only. They went to cloud, they explored the cloud, then they explored some 500 people on the LinkedIn, they sent them the invitation, and then similarly they contacted to the students also, they make some there's ambassadors of the college, and those ambassadors, they brought their students. Everything was done by the students. तो बोलते हैं जनता का जनता के लिए जनता के द्वारा फैशन. तो सिमिलरली स्टूडेंट्स का स्टूडेंट्स के लिए स्टूडेंट्स के द्वारा किया गया ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. So we are so proud of Kushagra and अमन का नाम सुना, बीच में माधव मानव इनका नाम सुना, ठीक है. तो जो बाहर के लोग आ रहे हैं वो भी आगे एक तरह से वो बन गए मेंबर ऑफ द टीम. तो वी आर सो प्राउड ऑफ यू ऑल. एंड एक जो इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट्स का जो एक थोड़ा सा बन गया था ना पिछले 8-10 साल में कि पता नहीं थोड़ा लापरवाह टाइप के होते हैं, मतलब हमारी सोच बन गई थी बड़े बूढ़े लोगों की, लेकिन अभी देखा कि ये है रियल इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट्स. तो वी आर सो प्राउड ऑफ यू. और हमको तो एक हमसे बड़ी पीढ़ी है, हम थोड़ा बीच की पीढ़ी है, ये यंगस्टर्स आ गए, नए यंगस्टर्स आ गए. बट नाउ वी आर श्योर कि अगर इस तरह के इंजीनियर्स इस देश के अंदर हैं तो देश हमारा भारत बहुत ही जल्दी विकास कहते हैं कि विकसित देशों के अंदर आ जाएगा, डेवलप्ड कंट्री. वी आर सो प्राउड ऑफ यू ऑल. थैंक यू सो मच एंड थैंक्स टू यू ऑल. थैंक्स टू द टीम.
कुछ हिडन जेम्स और रह गए थे, मेरे नाम का एक बार नाम लेना चाहूंगा. संयम, वेदिका, मलाइका, ध्रुव, अनन्या, दिव्यांश. Come on guys, तालियां नहीं रुके यार. विश्वेश, प्रणव, streaming. We got a traction of around 500 of daily audience just because of these 2 to 3 people. Pranav का friend है विश्वेश. A big round of applause to them. Thank you so much guys. Thank you so much. Somil, Vartika, Shubhang, Mitali, Devansh, Yash, Mehak, Disha, Nandini, Yogesh, Ronak, a big round of applause for all of them, guys. Thank you so much. और दो लोग जो अभी भी काम कर रहे हैं और उनका मेरे पे भी फोन आया और उन्होंने बोला नहीं भैया जब तक मैं काम नहीं करूंगा ना मेरे लिए ये अप्रिसिएशन किसी काम का नहीं है. अभी भी बैठ के दोनों लोग काम कर रहे हैं जस्ट इन द ऑडिटोरियम, द वीडियो एंड फोटो एडिटिंग टीम. Big round of applause for Sambhav and Rachit. And all the photographers जिन्होंने सबकी फोटो ली, especially Prakhar, Aryan, Riya, everyone here. Thank you so much. And जो इन्फो आप तक गई सारी डेली बेसिस पे, रेगुलर बेसिस पे, kudos to Shivang Khandelwal. All the event managers, Harshvardhan, finance manager, Prakhar and Isha, thank you so much. पैसे तो बचे ना पार्टी के लिए? हाँ, संभाल के रख ले. ठीक है, thank you so much guys. Now we both as organizers, Aditya and Kushagra, officially declare this event as closed. Thank you so much for coming.
We will be having a cultural event, so just stay here to attend that.